Okay, what we're attacking now is first baseman responsibilities in every situation. Uh, for the most part, the first baseman has the same responsibilities almost in every situation. Almost, not in every situation, but almost in every situation. And that is to, let's get the first baseman here, is they'll be here to cover first base. In this situation, nobody on, nobody out. Any ball that is hit to the outfield um, is to cover first base, right? Is to cover first base. If it's caught, the ball will just come back in. If it's a single, there will be a base runner that rounds first base and comes back. But regardless, you got to stay at the base. If a ground ball is hit to anybody, right? Third base, shortstop, second baseman, the job is to cover first base because they're going to field the ground ball and throw. Same deal with a ball that's just barely chopped out front or back to the pitcher. First baseman is always covering first base. The exception to that in every situation would be a bunt, right? Every time a player squares around or a batter squares around a bunt, the first baseman's job, oops, that's runner on first right here. The first baseman's job is to crash hard. All right. So with nobody on, and primarily most of the time, the job of the first baseman is to cover first base and get prepared for a throw on anything that's not a bunt. All right. So first baseman lines up right here. A ball hit to the first baseman. Oops, let's go here real quick. Ball hit to the first baseman. Doesn't matter how many outs. Hit to the first baseman, fields the ball, tags first base. The issue if a ball takes him towards second, right? If the ball is right there, first baseman pulls this way. In theory, the second baseman is backing up the first baseman. And if the first baseman is too far away from the bag, the second baseman, their momentum takes him to first. First baseman flips the ball to second base for the out. We may also have an issue or a time where a lot of times this way the pitcher may be covering, but if the ball takes the first baseman away from first base, there should be someone, either the second baseman or the pitcher, initially backing up and then rotating to the bag for the first baseman to throw the ball to. All right, let's move back here. Let's reset. Okay, let's put a runner on first. Runner on first. Okay, here we go. We have a runner on first. And in this situation, we now have a force out at second base. All right. So anytime a ball is hit to third, anytime a ball is hit to short, anytime a ball is hit to second base, the first baseman's job is to cover first base. The throw, like if it's like if it's hit to shortstop, they will flip to second, and then second will continue to first. So the job is the first baseman to cover first base and prepare for the throw. Where this starts to change a little bit is if the ball is hit to the first baseman. If the ball is hit to the first baseman and they're close to the bag, the first baseman fields the ball, steps on the bag, and then throws the ball to the shortstop, who will be covering at second base. The shortstop will be covering at second base. And if they step on the bag first, now there's no longer force play. So as they throw the ball, we yell tag, 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 right? Alerting the shortstop that this is not a force out. They actually have to tag that runner, all right? If the ball is out here and the first baseman's job is to field it out here and they cannot go back to tag first base, the second baseman will be backing up and then rotate to the bag. The first baseman's job, field the ball, throw it to the shortstop at second. The shortstop will return throw to the second baseman covering first. So runner on first with no outs, one out. The play is field the ground ball. If you're way off the bag, throw to second. If you're close to the bag, tag the bag, then throw the ball to shortstop, saying tag, tag, tag. All right, let's return here. The only other time with a runner on first base that a first baseman is really doing anything other than covering their base is if a ball is, say, hit into the gap and this runner on first is going to be having a chance to score. In that case, if the call becomes the plays at home, the first baseman becomes a cut for left, becomes a cut for center, becomes a cut for right, right? So it's in this situation, any ball hit to anybody other than them, they're either covering the base, or if it's hit to the outfield and there's going to be a play at home, they are the cutoff person for left, center, and right to any play going home. All right. Let's put a runner on second. All right. In this situation, the same exact process for everything, right? Ball not hit to them, first baseman goes and covers first base, all right? And prepares to receive the throw from wherever the ball goes. For instance, if the ball in this situation is a hard shot to third, the third baseman's job with a ball at third, with a force out at third, is to tag third base and then to throw it to first. So they need to prepare to have prepare to receive the ball, the throw at first base. In the same note, in this situation, anytime that the ball is hit to them, they're either going to step on the bag, throw to second, tag, 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 or if it takes them off, they're going to throw to second. Second baseman will cover, return throw will come back. Same deal as if there's only a runner on first. The difference here is if at some point in time a play comes to first, they catch it, right? And this runner that's on second has a rounded third. Their job when they catch that ball, just like when we were talking about in bunt coverage, is to take that and sprint at the runner, make them retreat back to third. Get right here, the runner retreats to third, flip the ball back to the pitcher, all right? That's the situation with runners on first and second. In this scenario, the only other time you're not covering the base is a ball to the outfield where there can be a play at the plate. And anytime, remember, anytime there is a play at home, the first baseman is the cutoff. In this situation, single to left field right here, this runner that's on second base is going to get to third. They're going to come, and they may come. They may try and make the play at home. And in that case, the left fielder relays ball to first baseman to home. Same thing. They're the cut. Let's put them back. First baseman. Anytime there's a play at home, first baseman is the, first baseman is the cut for left field, center, and right field should there be a play at home. All right, let's return. I'm not moving the shortstop back. We'll just leave it there for any time that the play is there. All right, let's go to bases loaded. Bases loaded in this situation. Now we have a force out at home, and we're going to listen to what the coaching staff wants us to do. If the infield is in and they want your play to be at home, right? Infield is in, and you field a ground ball. Right, first baseman fields a ground ball. Say right here, and they come up. Their job is to field that ball, fire home, hit the catcher in the chest. If you're up, the second baseman should have backed up. They would be right here, but they should have backed up, and then they go cover first base for you in case there is a return throw back to first. That is if we're playing infield in and the play is at home. Let's say infield in and you're right here and the ball is a rocket to you. Boom, gets there real quick and you're right close to the bag. First baseman steps on the bag. This runner will still be coming home because it's a force out. Step on the bag. That's out one. Throw home, yelling tag, 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 because this is no longer a force out, alerting the catcher they need to tag the runner. All right. This is a good opportunity to get a double play. Other than that, ball hit to anybody else in the infield. Anybody else in the infield, the first baseman's job is to cover first base. In this situation, let's pretend infield is in, play is at home. Ball hit to the second baseman. Ball hit to the second baseman, they throw to the catcher, out number one. The catcher may be throwing, if there's a slow runner, maybe throwing back to first to try and complete a double play. So any ball hit in the infield that doesn't go to the first baseman, your job is to cover first base. Balls to the outfield. If it's a fly ball, remember, any play at home, you're a cut. So if it's a fly ball to left field and there's going to be, if they're going to try and tag up, we're not going to be able to cut the ball and get them. So it'll be a straight throw. But if it's a single to left field, this runner on third will score. Runner on second will turn and maybe try and come. Once again, any play at home, first baseman cut to left, the cut to center, and the cut to right field. All right. Next, let's go to first and third, and then just simply at second. Getting long-winded here. Okay. Let's go first and third. Remove that's second baseman. Remove runner on second. Okay, in this scenario, we're listening to what the coaches want us to do, depending on game situation. So we have a force at second. We have a force at first, but we do not have a force at home. And anytime a ball is hit to the first baseman, where's the softball? Hit to the first baseman, this runner on third, the play is at home. Remember, it's tag play. If they're on first break, you got to listen, right? If coaches and players are saying 4-4-4, then you feel that, and you need to fire home, right? If you come right here, the ball's hit to you, and the runner is not going, you look at the runner, make sure they hold, and retreat back to your base and tag the out. That will allow this runner that's on first, we'll move to second. We get the out at first. Once you get the out at first, you run across, sprint across, making them return to third. So those are kind of the situations here. The only other time that we may do something, if let's pretend that there's one out, let's return this runner to first, and this third base. Oops, not runner on third. It's runner on third. We may be able to get out of the inning if runners on second. We have one out. Rocket hit to the first baseman. You tag your base, getting out number one. If the runner at home isn't going home, but the runner on first is advancing, you can then turn, throw the ball to second, tag, tag, tag. And hopefully, if we're lucky, this runner gets tagged out end to inning and that run never scores. But your first baseman, you're going to have to listen to your coaches to see what they want you to do. You're either throwing home or probably tagging your base. Regardless, if you get the ball at first base from a throw or anything like that, your job is, where is the lead runner? You receive the ball after the outs are made, and you need to sprint at the lead runner, or sprint at the lead runner if they're right here. All right. Last situation we'll go through is we'll put a runner on second, no runner on third, no runner on first. Back. Remove them. All right. Now in this scenario, you're never going to be throwing the ball to second base. So let's run them. In this scenario, on a ground ball to third base or shortstop, that runner is going to hold. Your job is to cover first. Once the throw is made to you, that runner probably advances. You receive the catch, make the out. Then what? Exactly what we've been talking about over and over again. They move there, you sprint across at them. All right. If the ball is hit to second base, that runner is going to be on the move. They're already going to be at third. They throw from second to first. You make the out, sprint across at them. Ground ball hit to you. You feel the ball. You tag the base. Then you sprint across at them. Any ball to the outfield, it's a single. That runner on second base is going to try and score. Here we did to center. Let's do it to right. Right. Single to right field. First baseman becomes the cutoff for any play at home. Same with right. Same with left. Any single where a play is going to be at home, first baseman is the cutoff to relay to home. Those are our responsibilities for our first baseman.